Welcome to the Sip and See podcast with
Nicky J.
and Rika Ray, aka the Wives Club, aka we're just out here trying to live our best life. Can we live?
Please.
So, Nicky J, how are you doing today?
I'm all right.
No. Tell the people how you're really doing today.
I'm all right. Just a little pissed off.
Oh, I'm not trying to laugh. Well, why are we upset this
My
beautiful
Saints
day?
was robbed.
How were they robbed?
And them refs, they took our game away.
Tell me more.
Okay. They just should have called the call that would have pretty much ended the game. And we would have been going to the Super Bowl, period. That part. Don't want to talk about it no more. Let's move on to the next topic. That's how pissed off I am.
Oh my God. I know you've been getting a whole bunch of calls and texts and everything in regards to what's going on, but that doggone last Instagram post that you posted took me out.
Yes,
Were you crying real tears?
I felt like crying. My mom called. My mom was like, Nicky, you all right? I said, I'm okay. Because I feel like I'm not really, really upset because the Saints, we had a great season. Mm-hmm. And for us to go out that way, I'm not really that mad for the simple fact that I know that we was robbed. And when you robbed of something, and if the Rams can go to the Super Bowl with that, then you know what? Do what you do.
Let them have it, huh?
Yeah, you're not going to win. And if you go and you win, okay. You know, and my thing is all you bandwagon Rams fans. You know, I know we said we're a positive podcast. I just got to get this off my chest.
Get it off your chest.
You know, bandwagons. You know, all these people saying, go Rams, go Rams. Last time I checked, I think the Rams have been in LA for, 2 years? So when y'all become Rams fans?
Ooh.
That part.
The shade. Wait, where were they before?
What they was the St. Louis Rams.
Really?
So how many of y'all from St. Louis? Was it a scenario just like the Chargers, where the Chargers was burning, where San Diego was burning jerseys and all of this, but all of a sudden now that the Rams is winning games, oh, I'm a Rams fan. I'm a Rams fan. Oh, get off the bandwagon.
Oh, shit.
Always have been a Saints fan. When they was putting paper bags or whatever, Saints fan.
Okay.
People might say, well, if you got an Emmitt Smith jersey, Emmitt Smith is a legend.
You did have some Dallas jerseys.
Emmitt Smith, legend.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
When you have legend jerseys, that does not constitute that you are that team fan.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Now, my family is separated, but that does not constitute. I'm a Saints fan, diehard.
All
that
day,
part.
every day.
All day, every day.
Okay.
Got it.
Got it.
Next topic.
Ooh, all right. We're not going to talk about... Wait. So who actually going to the Super Bowl?
Them Patriots and them old Rams.
The old Rams.
Old Rams.
Okay. Well, we're just going to leave it alone. Are you going to watch the actual Super Bowl?
I don't think I am.
Oh, because they were cheating?
I just don't have it. I'm just done with football right now.
Okay.
Until my Saints start back playing.
All right.
I might watch the NFC and the AFC championship game.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, not that. See, I done got all mixed up in football. So no, I ain't watching no more football.
Not this year?
Not this year.
Okay, so we're not having no Super Bowl party.
No.
Okay. I'm good with that.
We could do something else. Go get your toes done or your feet done or something.
All right, I'm good.
That part.
Okay, so we're moving on.
Moving on.
All right.
Got it.
Okay. I don't want to talk football anyway. Let's talk about something we really both know about.
Okay.
How we met.
How did we meet?
I'm going to let you tell your side of the story.
First?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay.
I'll jump in.
How did we meet?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all. I wanted to go to church. And Rika says it was with a girl that I was dating.
Which is the truth.
No, it is not. Okay. I was not dating this child.
Okay, I guess we got to keep it clean. So you weren't dating her, but what were you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
So, and I went to church, and when I walked into this church, you know how you walk in somewhere, and you have this visual, you guys, all your life. I don't know. Some people might not have this, but all your life, you can dream of your dream person. And all my life, I had dreamed of this person who is like my dream person. And I heard this person sing. Oh, my God.
I'm your dream girl.
That part. And her voice was just so amazing. And it just seemed like when you have this dream of your dream person, you never have a picture in your dream. It's like vivid. And when I tell you I walked in this church and the picture in my dream was standing in front of me.
Oh, my.
And I was just like, oh, my God. I was just so speechless. And at the end of church, she walked up to me and she said, hey, how you doing? My name is Rika. Thank you for coming. Ooh. And I was just, she said
She was very mean.
I wasn't mean.
Yes, you were.
I was speechless because here's this beautiful woman standing in front of me, and I didn't know what to do.
Uh-huh.
So if it was this person that I was dating, why when I got home, I was like, I got to know this girl.
See, well, let's back it up just a little bit.
Okay.
Because the reason why I did come up, because she's going to tell you something different. The reason I did come up to her was because I was a leader in the church, right? So what we do is we meet and greet
Okay.
all of the new visitors that come to the church. You just so happen to be a new visitor.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
And so when I got home, when I got home, I was like, I got to meet this girl. And the person I was with was like, they're married. They're dating somebody. And I said, oh, okay. So at that time, I was like, well, that's off the table because I'm not one to break up a happy home.
Come on.
But then I went back to the church the next day knowing now that she's in a relationship, which I'm not that type of person. That's not in my spirit. But I didn't see a ring. So I'm like, I don't see no ring. But at the time, the person that she was dating made it clear that they was dating.
What did she do? She made it what?
Clear. So I was like, okay, no harm, no foul. But I really liked it, the church. It wasn't about her anymore. It was about the church.
Right.
So,
is this the time when you you stayed and ate with us?
Yeah, so we came, we ate, me and a friend of mine.
Did you guys actually eat though?
No, they didn't even offer us chicken.
We were frying chicken.
Rude.
We were frying chicken, and they were sitting at the table, and we didn't know if they were really going to eat. So we're just, as a group, we're just like making fun, you guys, that we were sitting there eating chicken.
And didn't even offer the guest.
Yeah, we got in trouble for that the next week.
Yeah, but didn't even offer the guest chicken. I'm like, okay, this is very rude.
Why didn't you just go up there and get some chicken?
Because I'm new. I don't know you people.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
People.
So that was very rude. So as time had passed, somehow we had connected. But once again, it was on a friendship. Was it anything else like that? And you had got into a car accident.
I did.
And she was very historical. Let me tell you, when I tell you suicide is very high, I was in a low point in my life where, I had been in a really, really bad relationship where it wasn't domestic or anything like that, but it was a bad relationship where I didn't even want to be on this earth anymore. So when I found this church, it was really a safe haven for me.
Yes.
And to find this person that I could just talk to, which we became to be very good friends. And I wanted to end my life on the day that you called me and you had an accident. So it was almost like in my life, and you had called. So I always called Rika Ray. I always call her my angel because it was a day that she called, and I don't know why I picked up the phone that day, but it became to be not just it was a great friendship, but it became to be a great love ship.
All right, I like that. Come on, love ship.
So, we had ice cream and we just talked that day. Once again, nothing physical, nothing like that. We just began to be friends.
Had a little conversation.
Conversation and ice cream.
Okay.
And so, once again, we're just friends.
Yeah.
Which I talked about people that I was dealing with, and she was just the person that I listened to. So one day, funny story, I said, well, what do you like to eat?
Oh, God.
And she said, I like chitlins.
Here's the countryside of me coming out, y'all.
And I said, what? This girl like chitlins? And so I said, well, what time do you go to lunch? And she said, I go to lunch at 11:45. And I said, well, I'm going to
You
bring...
even remember the time I went to lunch?
do.
Oh, my goodness.
And she said, well, I said, well, I'm going to bring you some chitlins. And that day I didn't want chitlins. I wanted Jamaican.
So you had your jerk chicken.
I went all the way to get jerk chicken, and I went all the way to get her chitlins. 2 places, but we had lunch together. And that night, you know how you get some little liquid courage in you?
But wait a minute. I mean, I did sit in the car on my lunch and ate chitlins and went back in there with chitlin breath, baby. I did not care.
At all.
At all. It was so good, and I'm so thankful. And you probably thought I was kind of crazy for eating chitlins on lunch, right?
No.
You didn't?
I just thought you was just, once again, that soulmate that I had been watching and just talking about. So I was just in my dream, and I was just like, oh my God. And so that night, I went home, I had that little liquid courage, and I had text, and I said, I just had to tell you that I think I like you. And she said, well, I think I like you too.
Yes. And it began from there.
Exactly.
So some people may, we gonna go back because I want to make it clear that I was in a relationship, but out of a relationship. We were actually on Splitsville. And, sometimes you have those type of situations where you actually have to make sure that you separate things, So we had a place, and we had to stick it out until the actual lease was gone. I had moved out of the room. They were in their own room. And, so we didn't even talk about my relationship. I never even brought any conversations of good or bad or ugly about our relationship.
No, you did not.
I'm just being clear.
That part.
Okay. We can move on now.
Okay. And then we started our relationship. We can't say that our relationship in the beginning was a good relationship.
Nope.
Because I wanted to be still trifling.
Oh, that's what you was trying to be.
Yes, because I couldn't believe that someone could actually love me for me.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put that out there because sometimes when you've been hurt time and time and time again, and you find this person that truly loves you for you, I'm looking like, man, this girl don't love me. Like, how can you love me when you've been in a relationship that people say they love you, but they don't really love you. But when I found out that this woman really, really was down for me and loved me, that was the greatest feeling of the world. So relationships are not always peaches and creams. We both had to find ourselves because it was rough. But when we found ourselves and we found out that communication
is key.
Is the key, it works like butter.
Oh, just smooth it on that toast, baby, and it just melts right on. Yes.
Works like butter. But I could say that Rick is my soulmate. We might not always get it right, like we said in our first episode, but it don't always last. Our disagreements. And she said, "Well, we had an argument." Okay, babe, we have to define arguments or disagreements, because I don't think we have arguments. I think we have disagreements.
Okay.
And because of argument, when I see people argue, they hit below the belt. I don't think we hit below the belt.
I want to allow, sometimes you have to know what your boundaries are in a relationship. And for me, hitting below the belt is a boundary. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you can say something to someone and you can apologize for it, but you can't take what those words said or felt to somebody. So you have to always think about the results of your actions, And I used to see that growing up, talking disrespect, and I'm not trying to put people out on Front Street, but when you see that, you make up in your mind what you do want to do and what you don't want to do, and what you want to have in your relationship and what you don't want to have in your relationship. And that's what previous relationships were. You disrespect and you don't talk for days, and that's not worth it. That's not life. I mean, if you got to go through that and argue and fuss and fight like that, you probably don't need to be with that person.
That part.
And I mean, I understand that relationships have those rocky parts. When we first met,
Oh, we couldn't get along for...
Because you were mean.
No, it was not mean.
Oh, my God. No, she was just that old Navy cocky NC1. And I was just kind of like, no, I'm not going to let you talk to me like that, ma'am. I like you and everything, but we're going to have to set some boundaries. And I think that's what you need to do in the beginning of a relationship. Set your boundaries, because if you allow things just to happen, you're like, oh, well, I love him or her, and it's okay, and I can change him. No, you can't actually change somebody. You have to actually know what you want, know what you will accept, and what you will not accept.
Because even when we first met, we were separated because of the military for over a year and a half.
Was it that long?
Yeah, because when we first met, we probably, in a year and a half, we probably spent about 4 months together.
Yeah, that's true, on and off.
On and off.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it was very difficult. You was out there in the streets.
I will be honest. I was out there in those streets. Let me tell you, I was a minister in the church, ministering on Sundays, and partying all the way from Monday through Saturday.
You out there in the streets.
And I will tell you this, too. The truth about the situation is making certain decisions, again, cause certain reactions. Mm-hmm. And I had to start all over with my life. I had to start all over from nothing, zero, zilch. And sometimes you realize that certain people want to see you fail.
Yes.
They want to see you fail. They want to see, and some people want to see how you're going to get up from being knocked down a couple of notches. And it was hard. Trust and believe it was hard. That's one of those type of things, is when you're in a relationship and you know that it's not going the way that it should go, something's going to tell you that it's time to get out. And when that feeling comes over you, start to make your exit, because it's only going to get worse. And I know that you've been through that too.
I'll tell you, I've been in a relationship where when people sit there and they tell you that they're only with you for certain reasons, baby, you can pack you ain't even gotta pack nothing. Just take what's on your back
Yes.
and just exit.
Yeah.
Because that's a sign that you're a provider.
Only. That's
only.
it. Yep.
And at some point in your life, you have to say, okay, I have to do what's best for me.
Right.
That this is not healthy for me. I gotta go.
Right.
And you can't care what people think about you.
No.
You can't care.
If you lose friends over it.
Yeah, you can't care about that, because you have to do what's healthy for you.
Yes.
And it might hurt you. It might take you a little bit of time to get yourself up in a situation, but you know what? You gotta roll.
Baby.
And don't care what they tell people.
No.
Don't care how I look to people. I gotta go.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But in the end, you come out stronger. Because I look at my life now, I'm stronger. I'm a better person, and I got the love of my life.
Oh, and I
You
do
know,
too.
so hey, I can't ask for a better me now and a better person to spend the rest of my life with.
Oh.
But you, like Rika said, you go through rough times.
Oh yeah, it was rough. It was rough for the both of us.
Yeah.
It was rough for the both of us. One, I was working, lost my job, had no place to stay, living out of trash bags and not really even having all of my stuff. I kind of stayed with somebody for about a month, and then let me show you how God works. So I end up finding a location to stay, a little studio. At that time, I wasn't working, but I did have my last paycheck from that job that I was able to give to the leasing agent to just say, okay, well, this is how much I'm actually getting paid. I wasn't working there anymore. Luckily, my parents was able to give me, I think it was a deposit, may have been like $500 at that time. And I had to humble myself. I didn't work for a couple of weeks. I went right over to the mall and found me one of those little kiosks and started working as a teeth whitening technician.
Not the kiosk.
Yes, I did. Baby, I needed to get that money. Running me
Hey.
that money, yes.
But that's what you do
You
just to
hustle.
get back on your feet.
That's right.
And
And a lot of people might not even know that.
yeah. But people that try to break you.
Yes.
And so what do you do when those people try to come back in your life?
Hey, girl.
Silence.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl, how you doing? You actually, you just pray for them. And you just, you know where you can, as far as you can go. It's like a high-by conversation. How you doing? I'm blessed. So what happened? No, you don't need to know what happened. If you wanted to know what happened, you would have been there to try to assist and not be messy. So,
Exactly.
no. When they try to come back, you got to take a step back. Hey, girl, how you doing?
Hi and bye.
Okay, blessed, highly favored. I know some people don't want you to say that, but blessed and highly favored, and I'm moving on.
Yes.
So, again, it goes back to, knowing your friends. And sometimes God is going to place people in your life to help you get on your feet. At that time, I had a couple of friends. I had somebody bring me a futon. I had a friend bring me some sofas. I had another friend help me, decorate the place. I had my wife at that time was paying rent at one place and another, not even knowing what was going on with your own situation, right?
That part.
Yeah. But, it's all a part of learning how to just make moves and hustle, and a knowing that God is going to continue to bless you. When I got my studio, I laid down on the ground and just thanked God for allowing him to put a roof over my head and allowing me just to have that peace of mind not having to worry about anything, and you were out to sea, but we were able to make ends meet at that time.
Yeah.
But even when we moved into our other place, we were struggling.
Yeah. You struggle, but people look at where you at, and people look at the things that you have, and they think you got it.
Yes.
Don't think that. Don't look
assume.
at that. Don't assume that you have things. People look at, even with church situation,
Yes.
it's rough. You know what I'm saying? We've been through a lot, even in our relationship. But I think by the grace of God, we continue to stand through the trials that we've been through.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? I thank God that we're even able to continue to stand, because people look at us, they're like, well, Rika lost her mom, Rika lost her dad. How is she able to continue to push on? Do you know our God?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's all I can give it over to, because if it was in my own right mind, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yes. Do you know our God?
Yes.
Our God, He's going to continue to give us comfort.
Yeah.
He's going to continue to give us peace.
Yes.
And because if you depend on man will tell you, well, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be doing it. Mm-hmm. Man, ain't nobody listening to you. Gone with that racket.
Right.
And one of the greatest things about being in a relationship is don't let nobody else in your business.
Right. Period.
And what I mean by that is, if me and Rika is gone through, is nobody can tell you what me and Rika is gone through.
Right.
Because we don't let nobody else in our business. Our business is our business.
Period.
That part.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what people mess up at. You let other people into your relationships. You can't let other people in your relationships.
Right.
Because if you think about it, if you have a problem with Susie or whatever,
Or
Jane,
June, or Jane,
or Bob,
right.
or John, or whoever it is,
or Tamika.
Hey, whoever she is, and you tell your friend is taking notes.
Right.
Listen to me and listen to me good.
Okay, let me
your
get close.
Your friend is taking notes on what you done said about your man or your girl. And they trying to see what they can get. And they trying to see, okay, well, she said this, and they going to find some way to go back and tell your man or your woman, I want y'all to hear me. And they're going to go back and they're going to tell them, and then now it's really problems in your relationship.
Right.
Because the whole town going to know that y'all going through something.
Yeah.
Or y'all whole circle of friends.
Right.
And then when y'all come back together, everybody looking at y'all like, I told y'all their relationship wasn't what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, 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 woo. And then that one person that wanted your girl or your man is going to slip in there.
Slip and slide, baby.
Exactly. Like the mattress.
Oh, my God.
And gonna
literally.
Ain't going to get your man or your woman.
Right.
You got to get it. So you have to keep your business your business.
Keep your business your business. I like that motto too.
Hey, that part.
Yes.
Because people are waiting to find something about your business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell you, oh, what Rika and Nicky said. No.
Not today.
Even when we went to church, why y'all don't hang out with us? Why y'all, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for the drama. I ain't got time for the mess.
Okay, if it's our drama, it's going to be in our house, behind our closed doors.
Don't call me antisocial.
Please don't.
Because guess what? I just don't want to be in your mess.
Right.
Because that's drama.
Yes,
I ain't got time for the drama.
No. No more drama like Mary J said. No more.
Because I learned a long time ago, it's all drama. Because if you think about it, have y'all ever been in the church or you been somewhere? Everybody talking about everybody. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Why? We come here to praise the Lord.
Yes, and everybody's, well, you know, such and such, 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 such. No.
No, I don't.
And
I do not.
yes, but the thing about it is, and I think that's what makes our relationship so good, is we don't confide in anybody about what's going on with us. We confide in each other. If I have a problem with my wife, I talk to my wife,
And vice versa.
and it works.
And I appreciate that. It works.
And I appreciate that with you.
And also, I always think about, you have your friends and you're confiding in them and you're complaining about, and your girlfriends or your boyfriends, they want to be there for you. And we talked about that, allowing people to be there for you. But you have to think about it. If you keep telling them one thing and going back and something happened and you're going back and all of these other things, like you said, they're taking notes, but now they're taking notes on, okay, so now you're gonna go back with them. Now you're gonna have a problem with your good girlfriend,
Yeah.
because now they're upset because you done told them all of these stories,
Yeah.
and your good girlfriend is gonna be like, well, why are you back with such and such?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? You told me when they did this and they stepped out and they didn't come home and all this other stuff, but you're back with them.
Yeah.
At this point, that's when I have to make my exit. I love you, and it's not that I'm trying to remove myself from the friendship. I'm removing myself from your relationship. So whatever you guys do, that's your business. Let us be girlfriends, good girlfriends, and y'all just do what you guys have to do. We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about
At
it.
all.
So, I mean, things are not going to always be easy. I will admit that. You're in a relationship, you're with somebody that you know that you're going to struggle with, and you're going to have to figure things out. But you know that if you're going to be with somebody, you want to figure things out with that person. And that's why you guys are together. That's why we've been together 12 years. Because we want to figure it out together.
Yeah. And if things don't work out, you have to take a minute,
Yes.
walk away, come back, and then say, okay, babe, this is the issue that I had. This is what I was trying to figure out.
Right.
And one thing about us is, like I said, in the beginning of our relationship, wasn't all peaches and cream.
At all.
Like I said, I was trifling. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that because I didn't realize what I had. I didn't realize the jewel that I had. But one thing about it, I told God, I said, if this woman forgives me, baby, I spend the rest of my life proving to her that I be the best that she could ever ask for. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I've done okay.
Well, I appreciate that, but I don't think even when you feel like you've done wrong that you have to be indebted for life.
I do.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
Well, when you have a jewel, you have to appreciate that jewel.
Now I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And even though if you wasn't married to someone, you know what I'm saying? Because I think sometimes people don't realize that you have good things. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Right.
And so people are still being trifling, and they're out here trying to still do what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But when you, like I told Rika, I said, when you say I do, you take those vows I take those vows to heart.
Yes.
When I said I do, I don't see how people say I do, and then they go out here and they cheat and they do all this other stuff. Me
I
personally,
do, but I don't.
yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Not saying that when you're not married you still do stuff. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying. But when you have a jewel, it's just like when you go in the store and you find a jewel and you say, "Dang, man, that's a beautiful, beautiful jewel," and you keep that jewel and you shine it up and you want to keep it precious.
Yeah.
And you take it out every so often. You want to keep it shining. I have a jewel. Ain't nobody got to tell me I got no jewel. I know I got a jewel. And I try my best to remind her on a daily basis. Babe, I look at her some days, I'm like, babe, you so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the gift that God has given me. My baby is gorgeous. You know, I love her to death. And I just thank God that He's blessed me with someone that loved me for me in spite of, you know, because when I tell you I've never had someone that just do the things that she do. And it's the little things.
The little.
You know, I never forget when I got out of the military. A funny story, and I don't even think she realized it. Every November 11th, for years, it's always been a hard year because it's the year that my grandfather passed. And everybody know my grandfather me and my grandfather was really, really close. And one year, Rika came. She was like, well, I'm not going to let her sit in the house. And I'm not going to let her mope.
Yes.
And she came in the house and she gave me a card. And all this money fell out of the card. And I'm like, she's like, I'm not going to let you mope on Veterans Day. And it was almost like the first year that I was a veteran. She always forget when Veterans Day is.
Oh my
first of all.
gosh, please.
But
Don't tell the people that.
But she came.
I know I got the day off.
But she came and she gave me this card and it had money. And she just gave me a card and just, you know, it wasn't about the money, but it was just the thought behind it. And I was just like, you know, babe, you don't do stuff like that. But it just made me feel so warm and fuzzy that the thought that she put into things.
Come on, warm and fuzzy.
Yeah. And, you know, she just put smiles on my face for little things because she go all out. Every year it's a Saints cake, you know, like.
But it's reciprocated, and I might be using that. They put that in a fictionary as to where I'm using it. But I know she's saying all these beautiful things about me, but if anybody's ever been in contact with Nicky J, they already know her spirit. She walks in the room and it lights up. She's a people person. You know, I'm able to sit there. I'm one of those type of people that I'm always closed off. You know, it's hard to break the shell.
Yes, it is.
And sometimes the shell will harden back up and you got to break that shell again. So for me to be able to sit and talk and have a conversation with you in regards to anything, or we can have a disagreement, but we're still able to open up that line of communication, you know. Today is the 21st. So every 21st, she'll wake up and say, happy anniversary. You know, we got married in 2012 on April 21st, but every 21st, it's not like we're doing a big thing until our anniversary, but she'll wake up and say, happy anniversary, babe. And I appreciate that. I see you over there smiling. I see you. But we have such a good time together, and she keeps me laughing. You know, she does some of the craziest things. And that's why sometimes we go on video on Facebook, because she's crazy. But that's the good thing. If you mesh, some people probably kind of made fun of me because we're different. You know what I'm saying? In a gay and lesbian relationship where we all have these labels of, okay, this is a stud, or this is a femme, or an ultra femme.
But you're not gay.
Oh my God, here we go. I've only been gay for 12 years. But, you know, everybody has these labels, and Nicky doesn't look anything like anybody else I've dated, but it doesn't matter. We mesh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'll do.
I know I'll do, you know. But she's not above going to get a pedicure with me, you know. Yeah. She actually enjoys it.
I do, a little bit.
A little bit. Get your little nails done, put a little gloss on those nails. You know, we go get facials and all this stuff. We don't have to, because we...
You ain't have to tell people that now.
Why?
Don't be telling everybody I go get no facial.
They want to know that you got that pretty skin. You got to keep that skin pretty, baby.
Don't be telling everybody all that. There you go.
I'm just saying, you know, you should be able to, with your spouse, you should be able to go and enjoy life. We're women,
Yes.
and that's what we do, regardless of who has a label on who. We're women.
That part.
And it is not what people are trying to say. How do you identify yourself? What do you identify yourself as?
A woman.
Okay, this is not well, we're two women, who's the man in the relationship? There's no such thing.
Exactly.
No such thing. If we wanted a man in a relationship, no way. I'm just saying, if you wanted to be with a man, you'd be with a man. Not in this relationship. We're not gonna have a lot. But oh my God, did I just say that? But yeah,
Girl is crazy.
but I'm just saying, we enjoy our time. Like right now, we're on a little staycation. I'm sitting out here looking at the ocean crashing against the waves, and it's a beautiful thing. That's where I find my peace. I don't know, I know it's always been my peace. Is that your peace too?
Yeah, I love the ocean because anytime you can look out at the ocean, and here's the thing, what I feel about the ocean is Rika really started me at looking at the ocean. And anytime you can go to the ocean and you can throw whatever you're going through away.
Yes.
You could put it on a piece of paper, and I don't care if it's stress, I don't care if it's weary, I don't care if it's that boyfriend, that girlfriend, if it's a bill.
Family member.
Yes, whatever it is that you're going through, you want to just let it go. Go to the ocean, write it down on a piece of paper, and throw it in that ocean, and watch them waves take it away.
Yep.
I guarantee you'll feel so much better when you watch that water take it away.
Come on.
You get what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that me personally, love about the ocean. We might not enjoy it as much as we would like to.
And even though we live right there next to it.
And when that's something that we have to get out and we have to do more.
Mm-hmm.
It's just go to the ocean and just look out at the ocean. And I think sometimes we just get caught up in our little shell.
Yeah.
And
every day, daily things that we have to do, work and all this other stuff, but still, got to get out more.
We do.
Yeah. And we're out right now.
And we're out.
And we're here with y'all.
Yeah. And that's just, once you find that mate that you can just mash with, that's the word you use?
Mash works.
Mash works?
It works.
It works.
It
It go.
Okay, it go. In the fictionary, it's gonna go.
Yeah. Once you find that person that you could just go with and your family love, it works.
It makes things better. It makes it easier.
It makes it a whole lot easier. Because my family love Rika.
Aww.
When I tell you they love Rika, my mom love her to death. My mom be like, that's my other child.
She said, Mom number 2.
Yeah, my mom would tell Rika in a minute. She'll tell Rika, well, I said, Mom, I'm telling Rika to you. I'd have had enough of her. And Mom said, well, send her on. But
and we both know that Nicky's going to be on the first plane back to Mississippi with the both of us.
Yeah, my Titiana is so funny because we always play that joke where I'm like, Mom, I'm going to send Rika to you. And Titiana overheard us saying it the last time he was home. And she said, what? I'm not going to say the word she used because this is a clean station. But she said, what did you say? You MF? She said, you don't do that. And I said, well, T, we just play like that. She said, I never heard you and Rika play like that. She said, I was about to beat your butt messing with Rika like that. So when
she wasn't happy about it.
When I tell you my family loves Rika, they love Rika, and that makes my heart melt that they love her just as much as I love her. And
vice versa. Look, I have an aunt. She's in her mid-90s, okay? And my aunt will contact Aunt Eva. We love her. She sits and watches her If Loving You Is Wrong and the have and the have-nots. So that's what her and Nikki have in common. They love each other. But some of my family members will call Nikki on the phone before they call me. You know, my Aunt Eva, 90, in her mid-90s, will pick up the phone and call Nikki because they built their own personal bond, you know? And I'm glad that our families, and you know, we haven't met, you've met majority of my family. And it's always the same thing. You know, my Aunt Mary's, how's my Nikki? She'll say, hey, Rika, how's my Nikki? I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I can't, my Rika, no, it's my Nikki. So it's a good thing.
Yes.
It's a good feeling, you know. There's none of that, you know, none of those stresses of I can't go around such and such because such and such doesn't like my spouse or whatever like that. No, we rolling up in there. And everybody's going to love everybody.
Yeah.
And if they didn't love everybody and they were having a problem, I know that when my wife's going to walk in the door and just bring that joy.
Yeah. And I think about even when we went to Virginia, I made myself that promise that I wasn't going back to Virginia, but I just had to see my Shatan.
Yeah.
You know, I love Shatan to death, you know, and if Shatan don't know how much I love her, just know that when I got up on that plane and went back to Virginia, you know, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was terrified.
Do you want to talk about why you were terrified?
No, because it's just, you know, when you talk about relationships and you talk about fears, you know, when I left Virginia due to a relationship. People go and be in abusive relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was in an abusive relationship. So when I left Virginia, I left to go to Japan. I left to leave, and I made myself a promise that I would never, ever, ever step foot back in Virginia.
Ever?
You know, but the love that I had for Shatan endured me to step foot after, 15 years? 15 years to go back to Virginia, which, you know, is just a love for your family. But it was so good to go back. Yeah. And we had like a mini family reunion. Yeah. And it made me feel so good because you was around your family, everybody was around. And, oh my God, it was just so great, you know, that we are able to do that. It's like you said.
Yes. So
when we went to Savannah.
Oh, yeah. Savannah was nice.
Yeah, but we can't go there.
We're not moving to Savannah.
That part.
You know, you have those little internal jokes, what you call inside jokes with your spouse. You know, we know what that means.
Yeah, but nobody else.
Some other people might know what it means, but y'all ain't gonna know for real what it means.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I guess we could just leave you with this. If you know, are in a relationship and you know that it's somebody that you want to hold to your heart and you want to live the rest of your life with, do that. You know, if it's meant to be, it's going to be meant to be. You're going to have your rough patches. You're going to have your struggles. But if it's worth it, do it.
Yeah, fight for it.
Fight for it.
Yeah. But if it's not worth it,
you'll know.
And if you're tossing and turning, if you're stressed out, if you can't do the things that you want to do,
if you don't want to go home after you go to work and you rather go to the bar,
exactly, it ain't healthy. No. Leave. You know, nobody's telling you to leave your relationship, but you know if you're in a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
But there are counseling.
Yeah, there is.
You know, so nowadays you have counseling to go to. You know, most people always say that they're biased about counseling. Don't be biased about counseling.
Yeah.
You know, if you really love someone, you will, like you said, work with it, work on it.
Yeah.
You know, and so one thing about us, I love you,
and I love you more.
You know, and hey, and that's our little saying. You know, I love you, and I
love you more.
Hey, and that works for me.
And I appreciate you, and I thank you for toughing it out with me. I know I'm not the easiest person to get along with at times. But,
At
you know,
times.
hey,
No,
you
I'm
know
just
what?
messing.
Okay. Y'all gonna see another side.
Just messing.
Yeah, but we just wanted to bring this to you guys, and we just know that relationship goals and matters, those things happen, and we would love to hear from you in regards to, like, no, we ain't trying to get in nobody's relationship or whatever, but we would like to hear, like, what you think about this episode and about relationships. And I know we probably didn't touch on a lot of different things, but we just wanted to give you guys a little insight of where we met, where it started, and how it's lasted these many years. And we just wanted to bring that to y'all today.
So if you have questions, like you said, questions, comments, if you want to know anything else about us, just ask. We are almost an open book, but we are private.
Right. Almost open, but definitely a private.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, you have to. We're on all the avenues. Like us, smash that like button on our YouTube.
Yeah, so we're on YouTube as Sip and See with Jicolarai. We are on SoundCloud at Sip and See Podcast. And then we are also on the website where we're actually going to be downloading all the episodes is at sipandc.libsyn.com. That's sipandc.libsyn.com. SIPANDC.LIBSYN.com. I did it. I did it right this time. I did it. And Nicky is on Instagram at just_be Jicola, Jicola. And I'm also on Instagram at I am Rika Ray. That's RAI. And Rika with a K, not a C or E. And all those other crazy ways that you can spell my name, but no. So thank you again for joining the Sip and See podcast with
Nicky J.
and Rika Ray.
And we out, y'all.
Peace.